Television, your best station for news, politics, business, sports and entertainment. Your one-stop channel, Assets Television.
Hello and thanks for staying with us on Assets Television. Welcome to the news. I am Eugenia Solomon. First, the headlines. Senate suspends further action on tax reform bills. National Youth Service Corps banned from embarking on night journeys. Federal government increases compressed natural gas centers to 158 across the country. And other news in detail. The Senate has approved the Investments and Securities Repeal and Enactment Bill 2024 for its third reading. The passage followed the consideration and adoption of recommendations presented by the Senate Committee on Capital Market, chaired by Senator Osita Izunaso, APC Imo West. According to the committee's report, the bill, once enacted, will designate the Securities and Exchange Commission as the apex regulatory authority for Nigeria's capital market. The proposed legislation is designed to align with global best practices in investments and securities. Its objectives include safeguarding the integrity of the security market, preventing market abuse, insider trading, and other fraudulent trade practices, amongst others, while ensuring fair and lawful operations. The bill was also supported by Senators Issa Jibrin, APC Kogi, and Adetokunbo Abiru, APC Lagos. President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, said a lot of people would be happy to infuse funds into the capital market when they know a lot of the risks has been minimized. He thereafter referred the bill to the Senate Committee on Capital Market for further legislative actions. Speaking recently, Director General of the SEC, Dr. Emomotimi Agama, said the bill is pushing for harsher penalties on Ponzi scheme operators through the proposed Investments and Securities Bill 2024, which mandates a minimum fine of 20 million naira or up to 10 years in prison or both. Meanwhile, the Senate has suspended action on the tax reforms bills. This was made known by the Deputy Senate President Jibrin Barau, who presided during plenary on Wednesday. The Senate further instructed its Committee on Finance to stay action on the public hearing pending the time the agitation in the public space was addressed. It further constituted a special committee to meet with the executive arm and work with the federal government to resolve the issues surrounding the tax reform bills. There has been controversy over the tax reform bill since its introduction to the National Assembly. The bills are tax reform bills comprising the Joint Revenue Board of Nigeria Establishment Bill 2024, Nigeria Revenue Service Establishment Bill 2024, and Nigeria Tax Bill 2024. The Northern governors rejected the bills outright, describing them as anti-democracy. Well, the Senate on Wednesday summoned the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace, Festus Keyamo, Director General of the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, Captain Chris Najomo, airline operators, and other relevant stakeholders over the incessant flight delays and cancellations by airlines. Adopting a motion to that effect sponsored by Senator Abdul Fatai Buhari, APC Oyo North, during plenary, the Red Chamber particularly charged its Committee on Aviation to unravel the circumstances behind the incessant flight delays and cancellations to find lasting solutions to the problem. The report stated that data obtained from the half-year report of the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, an agency of the federal government that regulates civil aviation, further indicated that 19,250 passengers were delayed for long hours during the review period. Senator Buhari, while presenting the motion, said the problem, which he noted had been on the increase in recent times, is all over the media. He therefore cautioned that unwarranted flight delays and cancellations will be counterproductive to the socio-economic growth and development of the country. Well, a delegation of the West African Elders Forum Observation Mission, led by former President Goodluck Jonathan, on Wednesday arrived in Accra, Ghana, ahead of the December 7th general elections in the country. The forum's communications officer, Wealth Dixon Ominabo, disclosed this in a statement made available to newsmen in Abuja. Ominabo, in the statement, quoted Jonathan on arrival in Ghana as urging Ghanaians to be patriotic and work for peaceful, free and transparent elections. Other members of the delegations include former Burkinabe Prime Minister and President of the ECOWAS, Kadri Ouedraogo, Executive Director of the Goodluck Jonathan Foundation, Anne Iono, and Special Advisor to Jonathan, Ikechukwu Eze. Jonathan commended the people of Ghana for their enduring commitment to democratic values, adding that Ghana's history of peaceful political transition served as a beacon for democratic governance across Africa. The mission's leaders also charged the Electoral Commission of Ghana and the security agencies to keep to their mandate of independence and neutrality to ensure a credible polling process. The federal government has fired some civil servants with degrees from private tertiary institutions in Benin Republic and Togo. The Director of Information and Public Relations in the Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Segun Imohiosen, confirmed the development on Wednesday. The federal government in August announced that only 8 universities had been accredited to award degrees to Nigerians in Togo and Benin Republic, following a report that a journalist acquired a degree from a university in Benin Republic in 2 months and used it to participate in the National Youth Service Corps scheme. The federal government, while banning the accreditation and evaluation of degrees from tertiary institutions in Benin Republic and Togo, also set up an interministerial investigative committee on degree certificates to probe the activities of certificates racketeers. Well, more stories will come your way shortly after the break. Stay with us.
Welcome to Asset Television, your best station for news, politics, business, sports and entertainment. Your one-stop channel, Asset Television.
Many thanks for staying with us. If you are just joining us, you are watching the news on Assets Television. The Nigeria Police Force has announced the suspension of 4 officers implicated in the theft of 43.16 million naira from a total of 74.95 million naira recovered during an unauthorized arrest at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja. The police also dismissed allegations suggesting that the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetoko, was shielding a cartel accused of smuggling suspicious new banknotes from the Central Bank of Nigeria. The suspended officers are DSP Peter Ejike, Inspector Ekende Edwin, Inspector Esther Okafor, and Sergeant Talabi Kayode, who were attached to Zone 7 headquarters. Well, some retired military personnel grounded activities at the Federal Ministry of Finance in Abuja over their unpaid entitlements. The retirees accused the federal government of not paying them a 20% to 28% salary increment from January to November 2024. Among their demands are payment of palliatives from October 2023 to November 2024, the payment of an additional 32,000 naira to their pensions, the bulk payment of the security debarment allowance, and a refund of deductions made from the pensions of medically boarded soldiers, among others. One of the leaders of the group, Colonel Innocent Azubuike, retired, had lamented the plight of military pensioners, stating that their unpaid entitlements had caused them untold hardship. He stated that despite assurances that their entitlements would be cleared in November, they were informed that the payments could not be made due to lack of cash backing. Well, the Director General of the National Youth Service Corps, Brigadier General Yusheu Ahmad, has advised corps members against embarking on dangerous adventures like night journeys and other improper lifestyles that can expose them to danger. While addressing corps members at NYSC Edo and Delta States orientation camps, the DG also advised corps members to integrate themselves into their respective host communities on leaving the orientation camp and settle down to contribute their quota to national development. In a statement signed by the Acting Director, Information and Public Relations Officer, Caroline Embo, the NYSC boss further urged them to endeavor to embark on community development projects that would benefit their host communities. The NYSC Edo State Coordinator, Francis Ben Ushie, in her camp situation report to the Director General, said the 1,287 corps members comprising 551 males and 736 females have been incorporated into the various camp committees and are making meaningful contributions towards the success of the orientation course. Similarly, her Delta State counterpart, John Kwai, said the camp activities have enjoyed the full participation of all registered 1,577 corps members, comprising 738 males and 839 females. Compressed natural gas CNG conversion centers increased to 158 in 2024 from 7 in 2023, indicating an increase of more than 2,000%. Program Director and Chief Executive of the Presidential Committee on Compressed Natural Gas Initiative, Engineer Michael Oluwagbemi, disclosed this during a panel discussion at the 13th Practical Nigerian Content Forum in Bayelsa State. According to him, CNG plans to increase the number of conversion centers to 1,000 more to meet the increasing needs of CNG stakeholders. Oluwagbemi called on the Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board to collaborate on the development of the Ajeokuta CNG hub under the Nigeria Oil and Gas Park scheme. On the foreign scene, the opposition is looking to put a motion to impeach President Yoon Suk-yeol to a vote on Saturday evening, even as his party mates say they will oppose it. The opposition needs at least 8 of Yoon's party members to back the motion so that it can be passed by a 2/3 majority of the 300-strong parliament. Police say they are investigating Yoon for alleged insurrection. Protesters have gathered in the capital for a second day to call on Yoon to resign, but there was also a small group that supports the president. Defense Minister Kim Yong-hyul said has resigned. South Korean media have reported that it was him who urged Yoon to declare martial law. While in the world of sport, the much-awaited National Polo Carnival Tournament 2024 took off with much excitement on Wednesday at the foremost guard polo resort in Abuja. Revered for its pomp and cutting-edge rivalry, no fewer than 28 polo teams are competing for a total of 5 caps in different categories at this year's edition, with Rubicon and Mangal Cement polo teams battling for the prestigious President Cup, which is the event's biggest prize. Unlike previous editions of the tournament, the 2024 Polo Carnival Extravaganza is exclusively Abuja-based polo club's affairs, no thanks to the dreaded African horse sickness that has forced the cancellation of top polo tournament this year, including the Kaduna International Polo Festival. Notwithstanding the absence of the international horses, expectations are high that this edition would be exciting local. The top trophies up for grab include the Legislative Shield, FCT Minister's Cup, God's Challenge, and Lower Cup that pits equally matched and ambitious teams in a battle royal to decide the winner of the low goal prize. Well, with that sports story, we end the news. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms for more updates and programs. On behalf of the entire news crew, I am Eugenia Solomon. Thank you for watching.
Welcome to Asset Television, your best station for news, politics, business, sports and entertainment. Your one-stop channel, Asset Television.